Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're well. And if that doesn't get you nervous, I don't know what will. Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, the build up to the big one, Forest versus Arsenal.
Come on.
How you guys in the chat doing? How you boys on the panel doing? Hope you are all well. Dina, how are you, bud? Nice to see you've borrowed my top.
Lucky top, mate.
Yeah,
I borrowed your other one.
I was literally in wardrobe about to change, and you come on in the crappy yellow top that I still haven't worn, and I thought I'm going to wear it tonight, and then he comes on with it.
Hey, if this doesn't change your mind, if looking this good, nothing will, mate.
Ezzy boy, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm buzzing for tonight, mate, and tomorrow. Yeah, looking forward to this weekend.
It's going to be nerve-wracking, to say the least. Guys, we've got a lot today coming up. We're going to launch a huge giveaway. To be in this giveaway, you are going to need to be a member, and you're going to need to be available on Thursday evening. So check your diaries. You're going to love this prize. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. Before we get started, as always, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, subscribe to FFTV if you are new here. We are literally a handful away, Visual. You're absolutely right, from that big 11K. So get your secondary accounts. If you got secondary YouTube accounts, log on to them, get us logged on, and we'll shout out the 11,000th member. Maybe we get that tonight. All right, guys. We got a lot to get into. Ez, did I say hi to you?
Yeah, you did.
You said hi to Andy. Did you say hi to
It's
Andy?
me, you didn't. But it's me, you didn't.
Yeah, well, whatever, mate. Whatever. Well, I had to keep you locked away, mate. After the whole fanboy situation you were having yesterday, guys. I'm sure you've seen that FFTV kindly got invited down to, I was going to call it Highbury there, down to the Emirates yesterday. And we did some collabs with the wonderful people at AFTV. Yeah, what a fantastic experience it was for us. And thanks to you guys. You guys are the ones who are getting us noticed. So thank you so much. So we were able to get Don Robbie onto one of our videos. And then they kindly kindly offered us to go on their box to box as well on their channel. So if you haven't checked those videos out, make sure you do. I did take Ant with me, but as soon as he got to his holy grail, that was the Emirates, I lost him, and I found him there just staring at the Henri pictures an hour later.
I swooned. Like an 18th century whore in a tight girdle, I swooned.
All right, we starting with my background colors already. Seriously, I'm going to put the green screen back up. I can see what you're saying there, Chris. Salam to you as well. Semi, and hope you are well. But yeah, boys, I kind of want to start on that subject, and then we're gonna do the we're gonna start the giveaway. Dina, have you had a chance to look at? Well, you've watched the two videos there. I'm more interested in what your thoughts are, Dino, on what the Arsenal fans are thinking about tomorrow, because there's been a lot said about bottle job this, bottle job that with Arsenal. Did you see any signs in either of those videos that you felt were good signs for us for tomorrow?
I think they still think they're superior, which they are. I mean, there's a huge gap in goal difference between what we've got and what they've got, isn't there? It's absolutely massive. And, so I think they're more wounded from the last result than thinking too much about the next game. I think most of them think it's over, don't they?
They do. They do, but they kept talking to us about this whole Newcastle team that turns up or Brighton team that turns up. And obviously, I'm sure you watched both those games minute by minute, yeah? Do you understand what they're talking about when they were talking about that mentality? Because they were really good against Newcastle and pretty crappy against Brighton. Do you understand the fears they were talking about with that?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, football psychology, sports psychology in general, I said this before, it's really complicated. People think, oh, if they've done that, they're going to do that. Because they've done that, they're going to play like that. It's so difficult. You just don't know how a team's going to react. Now, tomorrow, that team that plays tomorrow will not be their best team for a start. Okay, because they've got a lot of injuries. I mean, is Xhaka going to play because he's on his way, for example? But they've still obviously got good players to come in. And those players that are coming in, got an echo, by the way. Those players that are coming in.
Right. You still got an echo? I haven't got an echo.
Hang
Go
on.
on, carry on.
Yeah, those players that are coming in. Yeah, it's massive.
It is it. Yeah. Carry on.
Bloody.
Yeah, those players that are coming in could possibly put more in than the better players that are going out, because the better players that are going out are burnt out. I mean, Saka, if he plays tomorrow, the guy's burnt out. Fabulous player. He's been brilliant all season. You can see it. The guy's burnt out. On the left-hand side, they're going to have Trossard probably coming in. He's a good player. He's probably as dangerous as Martinelli in his own way. So we've got to be careful. We can't take it for granted. But I think that if there's ever a time to play Arsenal, ridiculous though it may sound, this is probably it. What with their injuries, what with the uncertainty, what with the disappointment of losing the title race, they're not going to be the Arsenal they were 6 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And I mean, caveat being, yes, they played wonderfully well against Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you on that, but a lot of what their comments are, I think it started off with the annoyance, obviously, of the performance against Brighton. Brighton were fantastic, though, by the way. They absolutely ran that show and stepped up another couple of gears late on to get the extra goals. And I felt they could have done that any point during the game as well. I think they had that much control of the game at the Emirates. So it's gone from that annoyance from the fan base to also the acceptance that they're up against an absolute machine in Man City. I mean, we're in the era now where teams are going 15 to 20 games winning, not unbeaten, winning.
It's disgusting.
It's unheard of. I think the last time I remember that kind of dominance by any team was probably the 80s Liverpool team, where they were so much better than everybody else and they would go on those kind of runs. But in this new age, Liverpool ran them close a couple of seasons ago where they had a similar run and yet they still couldn't beat them. But this Man City team are something else, and they've got key players, and this is what clearly has been the Achilles heel of the Arsenal team is their squad. When they lose a key player, they haven't got that quality to replace it. And I think that acceptance has come from a lot of the Arsenal fan base. There are those who have totally thrown their toys out of the pram and they want to get rid of Arteta and everything like that, which, you know, we could have a discussion for hours about whether that's right or wrong. But end of the day, I think the acceptance is they're up against an absolute machine. But the annoyance is that they've dropped points in games that they would have expected to get from. So yeah, I think that's where they are at the moment, and we can capitalize on that. Agree with what Ant said. It's probably as good a time to play Arsenal as you can get, really.
Yeah, it could be worse. We could be playing them when they're still within it.
100%.
Yeah. Go on, man. You're dying to jump in on your beloved Arsenal. Go on.
Right. People say that, and obviously, in reality, that's correct, that they've lost because they're up against a magnificent Manchester City team. That is absolutely true. But they didn't lose it against Man City. They lost it against Southampton. They lost it against West Ham. And
Liverpool.
Yeah.
2-0 up, mate. That's where they blew it. It could
have been 10 up in that first. I couldn't believe what I was watching in that Liverpool game. They were so superior. Yeah. So they're the games that. So, you know, people say Manchester City are uncatchable. No, they're not. Just don't draw at home to Southampton. Don't let through. I mean, I know they beat Bournemouth, but it was a squeaky one right at the 98th minute. Don't lose to teams you should be beating. Then you don't have to beat Man City. It doesn't matter what Man City do. But that's where they lost it. So
I get what you're saying, but Dino, I want to ask you, right? I remember the Invincibles team, the Vieiras, the Petites, the Henrys, the Bergkamps. They had steel, man. They had a determination. I personally don't see that in this Arsenal team, which is what gives me confidence about tomorrow. We'll get on to, obviously, we're going to talk about Forest. This isn't AFTV. Love you boys at AFTV. Yeah. But I just want to touch on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Would you agree with that? Have they got that steel that they used to have in the Invincible days, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at the journey of the team and Arteta in particular. They were calling for his head not so long back, and you know they've had a really good season. You know, way better than probably any of us thought they'd have. Yeah. So to be so close with a couple of games out has been a pretty good effort for him, to be honest.
Agree. Yeah,
I think the Invincibles. I mean, there was some super special players in there. I mean, Haaland likes like Thierry Henry, or Thierry Henry.
Sorry.
You know, they had some really special players there, and there's only certain times of any generation where that sort of team comes along. And we've seen it now in Man City, and you know, in the Invincible season, it was Arsenal, and we had our own Invincible team, didn't we? You know, when we went on a long run of an unbeaten record, was it 42 games?
42, yeah.
So I don't think they're there yet, but I think applaud them. They've had a fantastic season, and they've got some young players in there. You know, again, the Invincibles, they had quite experienced players, didn't they? If you think of the back line and, you know, Tiara. Right?
I hope someone clipped that. I really hope someone clipped that.
Sorry.
You know what? I never felt that our 42 game unbeaten run got the plaudits it deserved. That is as long as that's a season. That is as long as Arsenal's Invincibles. I just happened to go over 2 seasons, which in some ways you could say is more difficult because you've had a 3-month break in between. Yeah. You've come back, you've gone again. But it never really got any recognition. Whereas this Invincible team, you hear it all the time. But we went as many games. We went a season unbeaten, but it just happened to be spread over 2. So I'm a little bit salty about that.
All right, enough Arsenal. Enough Arsenal.
Yeah, enough.
If you guys want more Arsenal stuff, go check out our mates at AFTV. You all know who they are, and I'm sure you're all subscribed. We want to move on to Forest. Go on, Dean.
Sorry. Just a couple of shouts out. It's Mark Warhol's wedding anniversary today, so I don't think he's joined us, but hopefully Mark. He'll watch it afterwards. So happy anniversary, my friend.
Mark, you're a legend.
And just a shout out to Shipstones as well, who's been in here putting messages in since 6 p.m.
Absolutely. No stream for Mark tonight.
Next and people are camping out overnight. I love that.
Shipstones, we will be using those messages. They're very useful. They're coming up on the stream as well. Thank you for taking the time to do that. But guys, make sure you show Mark some love. Wedding anniversary. I can't believe she stuck with him for 22 years. You know, congratulations, Mark, on deluding her for that long, buddy. Make sure you treat her well.
He was only 50 when he married her then.
Stop giving us age away, man.
We're going to have a segment in a little bit where we're just going to focus on your guys' comments, get what you guys are saying up on the screen and discuss those. So keep an eye out for that. But I'm too excited. I want to launch this competition. This giveaway, should I say. So I've just opened a section in, you know where the Q&A tab usually is? So it's a giveaway. Here's the criteria for this giveaway. You need to be a member. If you're not a member, it's only 99p, ! Member, become a member. You need to be available next Thursday evening, and you need to be able to get into the Nottingham region. We will tell you exactly what that giveaway is in a minute, but let's show you this first. Oh, 2 seconds. Let's make that full screen for you.
No, I'm not a local hero. I'm just a normal guy from Eastwood, yeah?
There goes Woodcock. 2-0 to Forest, and Woodcock says thanks for the cross.
And I thought I told you to warm up. I said they're throwing bananas, pears and apples at me, boss.
Oh, I say! Viv Anderson with a beauty. 3-0 now.
My wife, you know, has gone through hell the last 2 years.
Needham's up there again. Oh, and he got there too, and Birdwell's got there. Gary Birdwell's thanks David Needham for the pass.
We would be kicked out of football within 2 seconds. I'll tell you that now.
He just opened the doors for everybody. It must have been a massive inspiration.
Raheem and Marcus, everybody, as soon as they say something, they're changing government's thinking. That's how powerful their social media and their presence is.
They encouraged me to have a DNA test.
Help you any way we can.
Nottingham Forest had bought this, this lad from the amateur league that we didn't really know much about, who was playing in the reserves.
And I was not going to let anybody else try and snatch that away from me and drag me out the team.
Trevor arrived at the club. I saw the hoorah around his arrival.
Whether it was a press thing, I'm not sure, or whether it was just other people in football.
There was a bit of an atmosphere on the coach.
But my viewpoint is totally different to Tony's. and to Gary's and to Vu.
Competition's the name of the game. You either live with it or you die with it.
Robertson, the first time we've seen them attack.
All I do is smile.
You know, people say, well, Leicester winning the Premier League was better. No, it wasn't.
You can't take the memories away from me.
Yeah. Really helped.
Local Heroes will be premiering this coming Thursday at the Arc Cinema in Beeston. And FFTV will be there on the red carpet event. And we are inviting, with a pair of premier tickets, one of you lucky guys to come and join us. So get your names in too. If you are a member and you are available this Thursday, get your names in. We will be doing vlogging. You will meet the likes of Birtles, Anderson, Woodcock. There will be some Forest current players there as well. And it's a red carpet event. So make sure if you are a member, all I need you to do is just put your name in there. We will draw this. We will close this at about 10 o'clock. And then we will draw the lucky winner. You will then need to confirm to FFTV your name, address. Obviously, we'll do that offline. And we will get those tickets sorted out to you. So members, get your names in there. I don't care if it's one of you or 400 of you. We will do that draw. It's going to be a fantastic event celebrating our local heroes that brought those 2 stars onto our chest. And I believe you do need to be over 18. I'm just looking at poor Stoney and Maddie. So sorry, boys. But yeah, and you will get to spend, well, I don't know if this is a perk, but you'll spend the evening with the 4 of us. I'll be there, Dino will be there, Ez will be there, and Forrest and will be there as well. So
but don't let that put you off.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a perk, but it's there for you. So get your names in. I can see a few names flowing in already. Make sure that you need to be available. The premiere starts. The red carpet will start at 6:15 p.m. on Thursday, and then the showing of the film, you'll see the first exclusive airing of it with us starting from 7 p.m. So get your names into the Q&A. It's at the top of the chat. Make sure you put it in there. Anne's going to lighten up the night full of great banter. He is. We've got loads of content coming with that. I'm sure you can guess some of the content that will be coming, but watch this space. There's so many more things coming on FFTV, and it's a massive thanks to all of you. So you got about 45 minutes to get your names in, and hopefully we'll be seeing. It's a pair of tickets, so you can bring yourself plus one.
Yeah.
And let's see how that goes. And looking at that little video, that bringing back some of those European memories, mate.
Tears in my eyes, mate. Honestly, really did. Yeah.
It's going to be a cracking story, isn't it? Because those 3 were locals. Those 3 gone.
Yeah, I was just going to say, people. It's hard to realise 3 Nottingham boys were in that 1979 European Cup winning side. That's outstanding. I mean, that's outstanding. That's like Joe Worrell, Brennan Johnson, and Ryan Yates going on to win the European Cup with us.
100%.
Let's hope so.
Year after next. It's incredible.
And wasn't 2 of them were free, and one cost us what, 200k, wasn't it? Or
2,000. Go Birtles cost us £2,000 from Long Eaton United. And when Gary Birtles, I loved it when he said, "People say Leicester was a great team." No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't. We went from the 2nd division to winning the title in the League Cup. To being runners-up, League Cup, European Cup winners. Next year, European Cup winners again. No British clubs retain the European Cup. We're the only ones. And we came from the 2nd division. And within 3 years, we had 2 European Cups, 2 League Cups, the league. Come on, guys. Leicester City.
But Leicester came up.
We didn't buy away in, did we? That's the thing.
Exactly.
These were just all average players, with all due respect.
And Leicester came up, did nothing in the first season, nearly got relegated. Okay, they won it, fair plays. But then, of course, they went into the Champions League and did nothing.
Brilliant achievement. But
Yeah.
they weren't against that fucking Liverpool juggernaut that was winning every
100%.
single thing. They were winning everything. And our first game in the European Cup,
In the second year.
no, in the first year, sorry, in the second year we were up, our first ever game in the European Cup was against Liverpool, the current European champions.
Yeah.
And we beat them.
Yeah, I don't know how they dare even compare those two achievements. It's not on the same level, and I'll never take that as being, no disrespect to what they achieved, was 100% fantastic. But yeah, you got to.
It's the definition of recency bias, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
but also what. And the other thing is, and what you'll see, which is what the whole documentary is about, is the personal battles that these players went through at a time. With Viv Anderson will tell you his story, you know, with the racism they faced, you know, he was a trailblazer and real inspiration for so many players to come after him. And what these players came through, the backgrounds, you know, they weren't spoon fed, they weren't from rich backgrounds. You know, these guys were working men, you know, and they achieved some of the greatest achievements that any player has ever achieved in this country. And it's an amazing story, and it really does emphasize that you can't even compare the two generations, let alone the achievements of what we achieved and what Leicester achieved. There's no comparison.
Bertels came from being a carpet fitter who played part-time for Long Eaton United to scoring against Liverpool in that was his first goal for Forest in about his third game. I mean,
he used to torment Liverpool, didn't he, Bertels?
Yes.
He used to torment Liverpool. And three local lads, you know, Woodcock was from Eastwood, Viv Anderson, I think Clifton.
Clifton, yeah. And
that's my birthplace, Clifton. So at least one
you
of us made it out.
You're like that, yeah?
At least one of us made it out doing well.
So, guys, I've seen, because poor old Si, he's come in late. So just a quick reminder, the premiere of Local Heroes red carpet event is happening next Thursday. FFTV will be there. The the guys we just spoke about, and some other from the past, from the European days as well, will be there. There's also been invites out to the current Forest squad and management squad. You have the opportunity to be part of the premiere, thanks to us here, I guess, at FFTV. If you are a member, if you are available on Thursday in the evening and can get to Nottingham, well, Beeston, so to be more specific, it's which cinema is it? It's at the Arc, isn't it?
The Arc, yeah. The brand new Arc cinema, which is fantastic, by the way, if you haven't been there already. Yeah, that's where it is.
So members, all you need to do in the chat, pinned at the top, click on there, just put your name in, say you're in, whatever, and we will draw the winner in about 40 minutes or so. Okay, Si, if you're around, get your name in there.
Just as an extra potential perk, not confirmed yet, but we have got a backstage passes, so we might try and sneak you in as well, the two that win.
We'll give it a go. We'll try it.
The other thing I was going to mention as well is that, as well as the three boys being there, we've been told we're just waiting for the official guest list, but we've been told there will be other celebrities, shall we say, there. You know, Forest Lake celebrities there. So we'll see. But
it's also, by the way, it's not penguin suits, so it's casual, smart casual. So don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. So get your names in there. I can see we got Dean in there, we got Chris in there, Samir, Magic Tree, Chris, Crypto, Mark, Andy, Laurie. All you members, get your name in there. If you want to join us as well, if you want to come down and just taste the atmosphere, again from 6:15, you can be there. You can see the stars going in, so to speak. So make sure you're there if you're free as well at the Arc in Beeston. And I can't wait to see you guys there. I'll be going, and the rest, we're all going, aren't we? No one's pulled out on me yet.
Yeah, definitely.
We're all in. Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
Exactly. Okay, so guys, let's move forward. Go on.
On a personal, I'd like to give a personal shout out to I had, for the first time this season, I was having difficulty getting a ticket for the Arsenal match, but fortunately somebody came to my rescue. So I'd like to give a shout out to Scratch and Dent. They're the premier mobile car repair people in Nottingham. So if you've got a scratch or a dent on your car, they're the people to give you to give a ring. And I'm sure that we'll put a link in the comments at some point.
Yeah, shout out to Scratch and Dent. Yeah, fantastic.
Yes, and if you get the link to crypto, we'll get it into the comments. Yeah.
So
And,
is that, does
let's
that
get
mean
in there.
Scratch?
Massive shout out?
Does that mean you two are going then, Ez and Anne? Which one's Scratch and which one's going as Dent?
You might call me, I'm a bit of
You've
both.
got to be Dent, surely.
You know, they're more like Scratch and Sniff, mate.
Yeah, Ez is definitely Sniff Ez. Yeah. Scratch me and Sniff Ez.
Scratch and Sniff. Thank you, Scratch and Dent, for that. For sorting Ant out.
All right, I'm going to ask Ant one question, but guys, start getting your questions in the comments because after this, we're going to go through your questions and then we've got a lot to talk about with the huge game tomorrow. I'm just so nervous to talk about it. And I saw one of your tweets earlier on today that grabbed my attention and I thought, God damn it, I kind of agree with him for once.
Yeah.
About Tony and the situation with Tony. Now, I know it's Brentford and it doesn't impact us, but the way you put the case forward, I thought there was cause for concern, mate. So do you want to just maybe mention to the guys, I'm sure a lot of them have heard the news. Before you do, Andrew, thank you so much for becoming a member, bro.
Andrew, thank you.
If you're in Nottingham on Thursday, get your name in there and we'll see you. Maybe, depends on who wins it, in there. So get your names in there. And thank you so much for becoming a member, Andrew. Yeah, we'll be in the fan zone side. We'll talk about all that as well. But I just want to very quickly, and I don't want to spend too long about it. Let's talk about this Tony situation and kind of run us through your tweet and what Bet365 Tony has done.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the guy's been banned for 8 months for betting on football. Now, that's an issue that you can debate elsewhere because my opinion is I don't give a shit if as long as the players don't bet on their own games.
Bet against
I don't see what the issue is. Whether you agree with gambling or not is a different matter, yeah. But you know, it is legal to gamble. So if a guy's going to going to bet on Crew scoring 2 goals against Plymouth Argyle, and he plays for Brentford, I personally don't see the issue. But nevertheless, they're the rules. He knew the rules. He broke them. He got his punishment. My only thing is that if he'd got his punishment, and it's a bit petty, really, I suppose, but it's it's there.
It's valid point.
If he'd have been banned 3 weeks ago, he wouldn't have been there to put that goal in against us for Brentford. And I think that we would have probably won the game, almost certainly have won that game had Ivan Toney not been playing that day. You can't be certain. Different striker may come in and got a hat-trick, who knows? But it was just there that if he'd been banned 3 weeks ago, he wouldn't have been able to put that goal in.
It's always there, isn't it? Look at Everton and their potential dock points. That's not going to be looked at this season, is it? So it's just the way it is. It's just some faces fit, some don't.
Yeah. It's just it annoys me when they take so long to sort things out. I mean, I know that the due process. I understand it takes a long time, but surely, if Everton have broken the rules this season, then their points deduction, if they get one, should be this season. Not next season when it might not matter.
All punishment like that this season.
Yeah, it might not matter to them next season. If they get 6-point deduction next season, it might not matter. They might finish mid-table anyway.
True.
This season, different.
It happened to Derby, didn't it? When they got theirs, they started the season on, was it -6 or minus more than that, wasn't it? -9, something like that.
12, was it?
-20.
Yeah, they still got out, didn't they?
Yeah. But look where they are now. Yeah. So, I thought it was an interesting point because I do tend to agree. And I think I saw Simon saying it in the chat as well that, imagine he wasn't on the pitch to take that free kick. Okay, Czech did what he did and Navas did what they did.
Yeah. This is what the response I get. Well, if the wall, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the wall breaks. Yes, it broke. It was terrible. Navas, pushed it in. Yeah, terrible. But that doesn't alter the fact that if the guy hadn't a shot, then they wouldn't have needed to have broken the wall, etc.
Yeah, but Ez, who do you blame on this? Because I look back at the Mason Greenwood situation, for example. Okay, that was at an extreme, but he got suspended pending investigation from Manchester United. They actually did something right for once.
Yeah.
Do you not think Brentford had a little bit of? Sorry,
that was a criminal offence, though. This is not a criminal offence.
Yeah, but I'm talking as the club here, as Brentford. Should they not have suspended pending investigation on this?
They didn't have to, so I can't see why they would do that.
Yeah,
and
why
I don't
would
think
you?
we would do that in the same situation either. He is obviously the most key attacker. They're not going to go that long without him, and everybody knew it's going to be. I'm actually surprised it's only 8 months. I expected it to be longer than that, just for a number of offences that are racked up against him. But they knew there was a possibility of losing him for that period of time. So yeah, there's no reason for them to extend it themselves by having the self-imposed ban. So I don't think any club would do that. I don't think we would have done that in that situation either. So I think it'd be harsh to put that on Brentford, to be fair.
Unless it was a player we didn't particularly like.
Really, when you think about it, the FA, they've obviously taken this into consideration. They've not actually given him an 8-month ban, have they?
Still September, and then he can train from September.
Well, no, what I mean is a couple of months of that, there's no football.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
yeah.
So they've obviously thought 6-month ban, but we'll make it 8 because, well, I'm imagining this is the thought process. It's actually a 6-month ban, but we'll make it 8 because it's close season.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I just thought we'd touch on that. I thought it was an interesting topic. Obviously, don't forget to follow these boys on Twitter as well if you're not already. I mean, Ant does some crazy tweets, as Mr. CEO is all around there.
Yeah.
And Dean's above all this social media crap right now, ain't he? Not?
Why do you say that?
You got too much going on. Okay, Dino, I want to start with you, and let's move on to what we're here for and to talk about Forest. We put the video out the other day about I want to start with formation and talking about this 4 versus 5 debate. And in specific, it really kind of rotates around Jono and the role Jono would have. And chat, start getting your comments in on this one. Dino, what the hell would you do tomorrow if you're in Cooper's shoes? Let's start with the formation.
Whatever the formation is, he needs a 3 in the middle, doesn't he? Otherwise, we'll just get overrun. With
agreed.
Arsenal. So we need a 3 in the middle. So you kind of got to build it rather than build it from the back. You've got to build it from the middle. So do you play the 2 narrow up front or with 5 at the back, or do you play the 3 up front with 4 at the back? I mean, it's fairly simple, really. But you definitely, if we put
made it sound complicated. Let's take a step back.
It's not stupid. He won't put 2 in midfield.
So let's assume he goes with 3 in midfield. Are you saying the same 3: Mangala, Yates, Danilo, that kind of 3?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he could play the first half with a 5, couldn't he? Knowing that if they go behind, then he's got that 4-3-3 in the back pocket. Personally, I played a 4-3-3, but I'm trying to predict what Cooper might do. When he really need a point, I would say. So he's not going to go gung ho Wolverine. I don't think he'd actually be crazy to go gung ho. He needs to keep it tight. We need to get a 1-0 or a 1-1 or something like that, which I'm fairly confident we can do because we've got, we're getting more goals now, aren't we? But I think his mindset's changed from having to play Jono to actually potentially having to have 3 in midfield. I think, hopefully, I guess his mind's changed on that personally.
So what do you think he's going to do, Dino?
I think he'll go 5-3-2 with 2 narrow.
Drop Jono, in essence.
I think he'd have to drop Jono, wouldn't he? Because MGW is creating, isn't he? So whether he brings on as an impact sub, but I would play a 4-3-3. So
okay, so that's my point. Even I don't think I'd play because I agree. I think a point's enough. So I'd be protecting that point. So even though I'd love to see a 4-3-3, I actually would play the 5-3-1-1 in that position, just because we have got the ability to bring Jono off the bench and have that as an impact sub. Either way, I'd get him on sooner than he was brought on in the last home game. But what I would definitely do is protect that point to begin with, mate. Protect that clean sheet. That's one thing we have been lacking in this recent run is a clean sheet. And that's what I'd be looking to protect. But if it changes early on, then make the change, because there's no point trying to lose that game. If we concede early goals, then he's got to think on his feet and he's got to make the change. But I would actually be pragmatic to start with, and I would start with a back 5 in this essence, and with a 3 in midfield. But you do have to have the 3 in midfield. Yeah.
I know where you said wow, but we are where we are. We've struggled along all season. We've just shown a bit more form in the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Where we're getting forward a bit more, we're scoring a bit. We're still not expansive, but we're never going to be at the minute. We've not got the players, we've not got the right mentality. It's getting there, though. I've seen in the past few games. So I agree with theirs. I think we are where we are at the minute. And to make big changes in the last 2 games would be actually crazy. I think we just got to try and scrap out a point and then close down for the summer, make some proper plans, get rid of some of the players that aren't going to play, bring in some quality players. I think I've said to you guys before, 4 or 5 first teamers rather than buy more.
Yeah, we filled out the squad enough. Yeah, I think we.
And then I think we started to look up like the likes of Brentford and Villa and people like that can finish mid-table upwards. But we have to survive. We're in the last throes of the dice now.
And how would you go with
advantage of the crowd?
Okay, before and obviously I want your thoughts in a second, but I really want to hear what the chat is saying on this. Let's bring up some of their points and see what they're saying. So Simon is saying, it feels like tomorrow is it for me. Absolutely bricking it. It does feel huge tomorrow, especially with Palace being an away match. That does worry me. Mark Dennis says he would go 4-3-3, get Jono in behind Zink. Where's Zink come? Oh, Zinchenko. Sorry, Zinchenko's injured. He's injured. I thought Zinchenko there for a minute. I thought we were 12 months ago there. Zinchenko's injured, mate. So yeah, it'll be Kieran Tierney will come in there. But I hear you, Mark. I'll give my thoughts as well in a second. Owen's saying, I want the same team that played Southampton. Don't sit back. Arsenal will love that. You're making a huge point, and I'll touch on. Well, let me touch on it now because the AFTV boys were saying they at the start of this season, Arsenal struggled against the low block. They weren't used to it so much. And then they eventually sussed it out as the season was progressing. And now what they're struggling with is a high-pressing team, like you saw with Brentford, for example, in the previous match. So they've almost sussed out how to play against this low block. And have you noticed that with Arsenal in terms of the way they've adapted to it?
If I'm honest with you, I think that the reason that they say they're struggling against high press is because Arsenal themselves press so high, so they leave that much behind that it's so easy to get behind them, and that's where they've been letting the goals in. The defense has been really poor. Now, this is the first time this season when I've been conflicted. I've wanted 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1.
Oh, I thought you were talking about between the teams. Sorry.
We need Jono then, don't we, if that's the case?
Yeah.
Go on, get your saying. Go on, sorry, mate. I was just taking a piss.
But Turney is a better defender than Zinchenko, so that's a bit of a shame. I would feel more confident if Zinchenko was playing than Turney playing, to be honest. Of Jono getting more success down that side. He can, don't get me wrong. Jono's fantastic.
Because Zinchenko would invert in, wouldn't he? And become that. He's doing the Trent role from the other side.
He's in the midfield and they press up to the halfway line. It leaves loads of space down that flank, and that's where they've been suffering. But obviously, they're going to have to make, I imagine, some sort of tactical change because of the injuries they've got. And the fact that they're playing Turney instead of Zinchenko. So I hate to say it, but I would probably go with a similar team to the one against Chelsea.
And drop Jono.
Yeah. But see how the game goes. Because it's going to be so difficult because A, they've got 4 players out. B, they've got this cloud hanging over them. We really don't know.
I know who's out.
Martinelli.
Martinelli,
Saliba.
Yeah, he's been out for a while, hasn't he? He's out for the season.
And
Tomiyasu's out, but he wasn't getting in.
I wasn't counting Tomiyasu. He is out, but I wasn't counting Tomiyasu. There's another one I can't think off the top of my head.
Zinchenko.
No, he said
he's already said that.
Yeah.
Zinchenko, Saliba, Martinelli, and
somebody else. Yeah, somebody else.
Tomiyasu, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and 5 at the back, you're dropping Jono, yeah? He's counting his.
Yeah, I'm going through the team.
Steve Cogg's ticking over.
All right, I'll come back to Ant. Let's bring up some more of your comments.
Go on.
All right, Townsend saying a 1-year MGW and Brennan for me. I mean, I feel like this needs a poll. It's quite split in here. Andy's saying they're going to score at least one, so please don't drop 5. So Andy wants a 5 at the back. And Maddie's saying I would genuinely rather go 4-4-2 over 5 at the back. Bloody hell, Matty, bringing in a whole new formation now at this stage of the season. Even I'm not that crazy, man. But I like the way you're thinking. I'll
tell you what counts more than tactics, formations, players available is bollocks. And that Forest team has got bollocks. We've seen it time after time this season. And with that crowd behind them, that is what is more important.
That's
than
double bollocks.
On a pitch.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's where
that's why I say we've got to take home with the home advantage. I mean, you know, the Greek father's already wound everybody up, hasn't he, in terms of being the loudest we can possibly be. So
yeah,
and the other thing is that Partey has been shit for the last 6 weeks. So I don't know whether he'll play or not. I mean, he's playing that badly they dropped him. And they've got Jorginho on there. And Jorginho's a fantastic player, but believe you me, what he doesn't like is being put under. And Yatesy and Danilo and Mangala will put him under. And they don't like it up him.
Yeah, and then it's the other one. Crypto's just text.
It's also Omar is saying Jorginho's picked up a knock potentially as well. So what's Laurie saying? She's saying, I believe, totally calm today, predicting a 2-1 win tomorrow and a 1-0 win at Paris. Laurie, what have you been drinking? Let us have some of that stuff. Come 5:31 tomorrow, I'll be hiding behind my hands, holding my breath. Do you know what? I still can't get my head around. It's a 5:30 kickoff. I don't know why. It just feels like it's meant to be a 3 o'clock.
For us though, Wolverine. Everton play before.
That's the one that don't win.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Leeds one.
At least it gives us a slight edge, I think.
Yeah, but it could make us complacent. It's the West Ham Leeds one for me. That's more important than the rest of than the other one. You know, if Leeds lose,
I just prefer to see other teams play before, so we know what we're going to do.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, Dino. I actually agree with that.
Okay, but let me have my 2 cents. I'm going to defend my boy here, right? I've even paid tribute to him today, accidentally, because Ant nicked the top I was going to wear. Anyway, I said to Turkish yesterday, I know it's a little left field,
Name dropping.
But love you, Turkish. Anyway, I know it's a little left field. You put me off.
Sorry, mate. You're left field.
I remembered. Okay. I know it's a little left field, but White has been quite poor for Arsenal in the last couple of games, right? I kind of want Jono on the left to come up against him. I know it's only happened once or twice this season, but I still feel that when Nico Williams went off and we switched to that 4-3-3. Yes, Marky boy, congratulations. But Mark, get your name entered in the giveaway, because we could see you at the premiere of Local Heroes next Thursday at 6 p.m. If you remember, get your names in there as well.
And Mark, watch the replay back with the live chatting. You've got a lot of love in there, my friend.
Yeah, all the guys are wishing you misses a lot of love and thinking, how's she holding up? Yeah. But anyway, let me finish my point, right? So Jono on the left against Ben White, I think could work. And that's why, because I remember when Nico Williams went off, and hope he's recovering well, but that's when we switched to a 4-3-3 and we looked really good, man. And I still am adamant, man, that Felipe and Niakate are strong enough to hold the back line. We don't need that extra body there.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I'm saying what I think Cooper will do, and I think I will line up. I think that's how he'll go. But he might.
The thing is,
surprise me. I would go 4-3-3 personally.
The thing is, Arsenal aren't going to be. Sorry, Dino. Go on.
No, go on, carry on.
No, I was just going to say. The thing is, yes, Niakate and Felipe can cope with centre forward. Arsenal don't play with a centre forward. Jesus is not centre forward. That's the difficulty. They're going to be continually dragged out, and if you've only got a 4 back, then you're leaving spaces behind. Because if you've got 3 back there, then one can go with Jesus. You've still got 2 centre backs. It's tricky.
I would just start off more pragmatic, knowing that you can make that change and bring Jono on, and maybe
but not too late.
Yeah, I'd bring him on obviously sooner, but it will depend on how the game goes. I mean, if we're 2-0 down at half time, then he's got to make the change at half time if he starts off with a back 3. So as long as he doesn't give up the game, and we fight, and that's the confidence that I'm bringing into this game, that we have shown fight in these last few games, and especially at home. The fans have been amazing, and fans will be. I expect tomorrow to be the biggest noise of all season, and
ever probably.
Yeah, it's going to be a lovely day as well by Banks of the Trent. Evening kickoff. I can just.
I'm getting nervous now.
Points in the back.
The thing I'm looking forward to most is not having to wear my big bloody coat to a football match.
Yeah.
True.
And you wait till you see Ants
Yeah, right. You're looking forward to meeting Don Robbie more than the game man, aren't you?
True. Let's make that happen.
Look, Sai's making a great point. Okay, and I've got to say, I agree with him. Okay, if we were going to go with this back three, now I've given Worrell, no one's given more stick, well, apart from Crypto on Worrell than I have, yeah, and rightly so for his performances throughout the season. But we have credited him, and even I've praised him for his last couple of games. But is everyone forgetting how good Bolly has been for us? And if you were going to go to this back three, would you stick with what's working now, or would you reminisce about Bolly and maybe bring Bolly in for Worrell, or maybe you'd switch him for someone else? I don't know. What would you say?
Right. Here's the thing. Well, first of all, can you just check your WhatsApp quickly? Here's the thing. I would stick with Worrell because Bolly's been out for so long. We don't know A, how fit he is, B, how match fit he is, and C, how sharp he is. I would like to see the guy play and not be up to full strength. So personally, I'd leave Worrell in there. He's played fairly well recently, so I don't see a reason to change that for an unknown. That's all I'm saying. Under normal circumstances, I'd pick Bolly, obviously, but on these circumstances, I just think that Worrell's in the groove and Bolly isn't.
Yeah. Can I add one more in on top of Ants there?
Yeah.
Those three have played together more than, well, have Bolly, Niakate and Felipe played together?
No, never.
So at this point in the season with two left, I wouldn't risk anything. I think Worrell's done really well last few games. I really admire how he stepped up because he was, with respect, a little bit out of his depth earlier on in the season. I just think he's really stepped up the last 3 or 4 games, and I think he deserves his place if we play a 5.
And with
I do agree
as well, you know, he's done his captain's role in his last couple of games. There has been.
I mean that saving tackle. Oh my god! You know, player beat him.
Credit where credit's due. You know,
ridiculous.
It was self-created though, Dino. It was self-created. He wasn't in line.
I knew you were going to say that. And yes, okay.
I'm bringing the balance. I'm bringing the balance to the argument.
If Felipe had done that, you'd have been getting the tissues out, mate. Honestly,
he didn't go down on his arse, did he? Like Felipe did. Oh, I love it, by the way. I'm just getting back at him, not Felipe.
I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm giving the other side of the argument because after the game, I did say, look, he wasn't in line, but at least he recovered, and that's what you want to see because people will make mistakes. I still worry that he's got a clanger in him, man. And if we were going to go 3 at the back, I'd be with Simon on this. I'd put Bolly in there. I think Bolly's huge as well, man. He's huge.
But I genuinely wouldn't rock the boat with.
Yeah, I agree. This time of the season, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think
how deserves his place.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be very harsh for Worrell to lose his place right now if you are going to go with a back 3 tomorrow. So yeah, no, I just think it wouldn't set a great example, and I don't think it will be really good morale wise for the players or for the fans. I think the fans, if they're expecting the back 3, I think if we put it in the chat now, the majority would probably stick with Worrell in the back 3.
Okay, well let's slightly move it forward, and there's the link as well for the scratch and I was going to say sniff dent.
Scratch and sniff.
Make sure you check it out. Sorry, Nathan.
Scratch and dent.
No, that's Antonez's OnlyFans channel. Yeah, scratch and sniff.
Well, it is now.
I love you, Nathan. Sorry.
Bang and dent.
Anyway, please make sure you go and show them some love if you ever need any dents dealing with. Sorry. All right, Ez, I want to ask you about Aurier. Because if we are going to go to this back 5, and you guys seem unanimous in your agreement, I still have a sneaky feeling it's a back 4. Yeah. Is it not making us weak down that right-hand side with Aurier? Now, we're all huge Aurier fans, but I don't think any of us would disagree that he's more a right back than a right wing back. I mean, personally, if Nico Williams was fit and he wanted to go with the back 5, then fine, I'd put Nico Williams ahead in that position.
Yeah.
But doesn't it make more sense when you're looking for round pegs and round holes rather than square pegs and square holes, then to go to the back 4 to at least strengthen us on that side? Because Trossard, although hasn't flown for Arsenal, I rate him highly as a player. I expect to see him playing tomorrow. But yeah, is that an argument to make, or do you think you just manage that situation and trust that Aurier's experience will come through back 5, 4, or whatever it ends up being?
Yeah, I just think he has to be more disciplined in that role. basically. He's got all the attributes, definitely, but he is a better right back than he is a wing back. But he can do that role, and we know he's been an outlet, especially from our goal kicks. They seem to go out to him, and he's trying to head the ball on, and he is great in the air as well. But I think he's not done enough for him to be dropped, certainly, and his fitness has been a concern. Obviously, he's not made it through 90 minutes in a couple of our recent games. That's the only concern I'd have over him. But I think he can be disciplined enough in that role, and I think with what we've got available, is probably the best option. If you're going to go with a back three and you're going to have a right wing back as such, it's going to have to be Aurier, and I trust him. I know obviously he's an ex-Spurs player. He's up against the Gooners. There might be an added incentive for him to do well, but if he's disciplined in that role, I've got no concerns with it, really, to be honest. He's just got to hold his position and know when to get back and when to get forward. He's certainly got the engine and the ability to do it.
He's been magnificent all season for me, for somebody who we thought was prime for a red card, you know, on a regular basis, and for the zero cost we got him for. Aurier, there's nothing wrong with having a defensive right wing back. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if the 8 out of 10 games that he turns up is one of them 8 tomorrow, he's going to be fantastic on that right side.
And you know what? You know, in some respect, I don't know how crazy this is, but I feel a little bit safer with Aurier at wing back than I do at right back, because the last couple of months there's been quite a few occasions when he's been missing at right back.
That's true.
Whereas if you're missing at right back, it's a problem. If you're missing at wing back, you've still got another line of defence to cope with. So
it's an eloquent point, Anne. I'm a little speechless.
That's actually an incredibly intelligent point.
You okay, Anne? You still feeling sick? What would you say back to that, Dino? That's like
our
boy has become a man, Dino.
But he does like to wander, and he's already up the pitch, isn't he? And Ant says he's got a line of 3 amazing defenders behind him. So
yeah, it's more so as well. And just to quickly kind of swing that further, he's been very poor at the back post covering in the 4, hasn't he? So again, your scenario there would work out where you got the extra. Okay, kind of semi-convincing, you know? I don't know.
See how we're all going loving this 5 now.
I'm not a 5 guy, man. I'm not a 5 guy.
Listen, it's a message to people that sometimes criticize us for beating a player down. You know, if they're doing well, we'll shout them out. What have you been? He's been drinking red wine.
All right, guys. Just very quick reminder: we're going to close the competition in about 15 minutes' time. So make sure, for those of you joining late, if you are in Nottingham on Thursday, you have a chance to join FFTV along with our European heroes, the likes of Birtle, Anderson, Woodcock, some of the current Forest players as well, on the red carpet event at the Arc in Beeston. You have to be a member, you have to be available this coming Thursday, and you have to be able to get to Nottingham. The red carpet event will start at 6 p.m. and the screening will begin at 7. We have 1 pair of tickets for one of you lucky members to come and join us with. All you have to do is just type some kind of message in the Q&A where it says giveaway time. Get your message in there, and we will be drawing that before the end of the stream. So make sure you do join that or get your name in. If you want to be a member, it's only 99p. Consider it a raffle draw, and you will get to see the stars. For anyone else who wants to come, you are more than welcome to join and kind of just cheer on the red carpet event. Maybe you want to cheer Dino on. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. But get down if you can, and make sure you come and support, because these are the boys that brought us the stars on the chest. Good luck to members indeed.
Somebody quickly. Laurie, I know you said hi to me as we passed each other at the Trent End. Sorry, Trent End. Can't help myself. Is it Charlie, your boy? I think was it Charlie?
Yeah.
If you want to bring Charlie along, we're happy to interview him. I know he would have been delighted. So if you're down there tomorrow, come to the fan zone and we'll do a little interview with Charlie and get him on the vlog.
Laurie, that was the political correct way that Dino was like, I had too many fans around me. Sorry, Laurie. There was the groupies.
No, we were like, it was like 8 minutes before kickoff, and everybody was like,
yeah. All right, just very quickly, and Visual's asking about Scratch and Dent. Crypto's kindly put in the link in the chat. If you just want to give everyone a quick reminder of what Scratch and Dent is, buddy.
Yeah. I was saying
put your advert voice on first. Advert voice.
Yeah, I can't do one. I just bumble and mumble. Yeah, I couldn't. For the first time this season, I was having difficulty actually getting a ticket for the game, and Scratch and Dent kindly donated a ticket for me to go tomorrow. They are the premier mobile scratch and dent repair service in Nottingham. So if your car's had a bit of a scratch, a bit of a dent, give them a call and they'll come and sort you out. They are fantastic.
Cool. And yeah, it was. And Laurie's lovely. So you guys, if you see Laurie at the ground, I want her interviewed. But she's not going to be there at the Arsenal game. But Charlie will do.
No problem. Charlie.
Okay, a couple of questions coming in.
So I was just going to say, by the way, just to let you know how massive FFTV have become, Murray and I were watching a watch-on last night at West Ham TV, and Big Jason Lawless, for some reason, were doing impressions of me and Wolverine for some reason.
Their impression of you is very good, mate. Made you into a proper drunkard, didn't they?
As I put in the chat, it made me sound like a drunken aristocrat in a PG Woodhouse farce. That's what evidently what I sound like. Evidently, that's how I sound.
Shout out to Jace as well. You know, our beloved West Ham Marinakis lookalike. Much love to him. We'll see him on Beat the Drop on Tuesday as well. Yeah, we're in the final. That's literally all there's saying. Parachute was in there. Quite a few of you guys were in there. Can you imagine Tuesday, Ant? And he was calling you Arsenal Ant.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Ninja's an help.
All right, let's move this forward, right? I want to talk about the Greek father's statement. I'm assuming everyone's had a chance to read it and have a look through it as well. That's great. So what are your thoughts, Dino, if we start with you on it? I'm going to bring up a few of the messages that Shipstone has kindly put there. What are you thinking about what the Greek father's done? Do you like the strategy? Do you like the message? Do you like the tactics?
Yeah, because he's normally quite quiet on things like that, and isn't he? He normally doesn't put things out like that. So it's really nice to see. Like the fans need any more. I just think it'll give that extra 10-15%.
Yeah,
because all the Forest players, if you ever see them interviewed, and the manager, they all still talk about the home fans and the away fans. To be fair, we just outsung everybody, and I think it gives them a bit of extra impetus on the pitch, doesn't it? We're not the best team in the league. We know that. There's a lot more quality. It's the first season we're up, so we need all the help we can get. And I think our support's been ridiculously good. So I think he's just like drumming everybody up in that last time. Thank you, Eddie.
Big shout out, Eddie, the legend. Thank you for the 199, buddy. We'll probably see you at the barbecue, Eddie. If you can't make this one, we'll see you at the barbecue, buddy. Yeah, sorry, Dino. Carry on. Thank you again, Eddie.
I think it's a great thing that Marinakis did. If we, I think it's better for him to say it than Steve Cooper say it. I think just coming from the owner, respecting what the Forest fans have done this season, home and away, it's just been unreal.
Yeah,
and I think it just helps galvanise, doesn't it? A bit like Steve Cooper's galvanised the community feel within the group, I think.
Yeah. And do you like the authority and the tactics of this? Do you think it's almost sending Arsenal a bit of a message as well?
Do you want my honest opinion on this, or do you want me to bullshit?
No, I want your honest opinion.
Honest opinion.
Well, you're going to get my honest opinion anyway, to be fair. What a load of bullshit. The closest Marinakis came to that, he may have glanced at it before they printed it. Possibly. That is 100% PR done by a publicist. No Greek wrote that. Let me tell you. No Greek wrote that. That was PR 100%. And as I say, the closest Marinakis got to it is he may have looked at it. I doubt that, to be honest. But that's my feeling.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it. If people want to, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I'm sorry. Not for me.
And I've got to say, because the English was, better than Ez's. I mean, I know that's not difficult.
He probably wrote it on the back of a fag packet and then they made something of it.
In Greek.
In Greek. Yeah.
Tell them they're very good.
This.
And he said, "What did you write this for?" It was just the food order.
Yeah, but as the message, isn't it? I mean, we are all nervous. We are all crap. I get what Ant's saying. He is right. There's going to be PR spin on it, you know, 3rd editions, 4th editions, and everything. But I mean, is he even in Nottingham at the moment? I don't know. But it's the message, isn't it? It's like it's showing that from top to bottom, we're united. Let's get ourselves through this to the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a sentiment that surrounds it, and he's not wrong in what he said, is it? Whether he said it or whether his PR person has said it, but the sentiment's correct, you know, and it's about time that. I mean, the statements that he's come out with mainly have been to either back the manager or shut down any speculation, rather than talking about how we've done this season. So that's the first time he's really given his overall review of the season so far. But to be fair, you know, we have been the 12th man, and there's no doubt about it that we've made a difference. Yeah, he is. Oh yes. But yeah, no, he's probably
Marinakis food order.
Monty Python in the life.
Marinakis food order. That's so funny. That's so funny.
No, to be fair, like I say, it is pitch pumping, and it is catering to the crowd, but he's doing what he needs to do, I think, and I think it will make a difference tomorrow. No doubt about it, the crowd will make a difference tomorrow, and that's what he's banking on, to just get us that final push to safety, and that might be all it needs, you know, a fist pumping or tub thumping message from the owner. And we do love him. We clearly support what he's done, and he's
the Greek father.
He's doing what he can to keep us in this division, and yeah, let's get behind it, and let's just follow the sentiment. The sentiment's spot on for me.
Can I just say, before I jump to Ant there, Mark, what are you doing here, man? Are you in the doghouse already, Mark?
Has he crashed
Listen, he gave her a minute's attention for every year that they've been married. That's it, it's done.
No. He gave her a minute's attention, if you know what I'm saying. All right, moving from Marinakis onto Nick Randall, right? And did you watch it? The Randall.
Again, do you want the truth? I've got to be honest here. Wasn't the most exciting, riveting.
It was so boring, man.
And after 16 minutes, I fell asleep.
So did I.
At the same point.
Well, this is going to be a short conversation because I didn't even watch it.
No, I haven't watched it all. I've watched the first.
There you go. Then the
It was
conversation
so
move on.
boring.
Yeah,
It was so boring, man. He was so monotonal in his answers, man. I was just
you're not going to get any revelations, are you? Let's be honest. You know, it's a PR stunt. You're not going to get any revelations. You're not going to go, wow, really? No, that ain't going to happen.
Do you know what it is, Ed?
It's going to be the fans are great. We've done really well. Mr. Marinakis wants to keep us here. We've got ambitions. It's going to be all the same thing. And I didn't even watch it. You know.
Yeah, but you know what, Ant? It was like the only reason I watched it was to maybe hear about what they were doing about the stadium.
Yeah,
and it was so boring in the build up to it that I fell asleep as well, man. You're lucky I set an alarm for the stream.
I wanted the real reason why that stadium's not being rebuilt, and I fell asleep as well.
Oh God!
Did you get past the 6? I made it to 12.
Mate, I got as far as he was talking about why we had to make so many changes. We didn't have a big enough backroom team, and that's as far as I got.
That's about around 16 minutes.
Bless him. But he is approachable. I managed to meet him pre-season.
Oh, name dropping the big man.
And I'll get him in.
Were you in court? Was he defending you?
There's me with Turkish, man, and Ezra's actually got the big Nick, man, the big dick, man.
QC, yeah. No, it was very friendly, and he was fantastic to actually be able to go up to him and just chat to him like a normal human being, and he didn't have his bodyguards around him, but yeah, I got close enough access to him. But no, I think it's another PR stunt, isn't it? And that was with the supporters trust, wasn't it? So it was geared towards them. But I guess if I'm struggling to sleep tonight, I'll switch it on.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
I thought same.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the only thing that made me laugh, they kept calling him Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. It's
That'd
like,
be a bit cringe.
seriously,
Calling
why
his
so formal? Why so? I'm putting myself to sleep just talking about it. Right, guys, you've got 9 minutes.
We've got no chance of getting inside that ground, have we? No access for us at the City Ground, is there? Let's be honest.
We don't need it. We got the guys in chat. That's all we care about. All right, you got 9 minutes to get your names in. If you're a member and you want to come to the premiere, get your names in, pin to the chat. Just put a little message in there, and we will close it in 10 minutes and draw it very shortly before the stream. Dina, I need to go to the loo. So
He
next,
did have a tarantula on his head. He did. I thought the
What?
same thing.
What?
Cujo's put he had a tarantula on his head, and he did.
yeah, that little puff thing. It was like a
Oh, that
Yeah,
side.
he did. Yeah,
There's curtains.
I
There weren't
thought that
curtains.
McLaren, didn't it?
you could hear his spider on his head.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
we've shot it.
You were clearly paying attention to what he was saying. I'm glad they did it. Put it out. Go on, Dina, you're
That's
in
what kept
charge,
him
man.
awake.
Yes, anything that kept me awake.
All right, Dina, I need to go to the loo. I can't hold it. Do you mind just...
Why me?
Because you're sensible.
I'm chilling, man.
Turn
Come
it to
on.
balance. How do you do it? Why me?
All right,
Yeah,
fine.
see,
All right, let's
why
spice it
me?
up.
I'm here for the crack and the band.
Come on.
All right. Ez, you're in charge, Ez. Go on, Ez.
Yeah,
Over to
yeah.
you.
Let me just
I'll give him a
relax.
subject. Give him a subject, and off the agenda. The next one.
Okay, Forest.
Finish.
Let's talk Forest, shall we? Yeah, we're
Score
here to talk
predictions.
Forest.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you haven't got yourselves in for the giveaway today, just to run down what it is. So it's a local heroes documentary which is being released.
Do you want me to play the trailer for you, Ez? Sorry to interrupt first. Should we replay the trailer?
Yeah, that's a great idea because that'll cover your piss. Go on, real.
You can't last 2 minutes without me, you boys. Come on, man. Come on.
Go ahead. Go on,
He didn't say he was going for a pit. He just said to the toilet. It could be a long time.
True.
This is fastly falling out of control. Let's get this
There
done.
we go.
Okay, let's go.
No, I'm not a local hero. I'm just a normal guy from Eastwood, yeah?
There goes Woodcock. 2-0 to Forest, and Woodcock says thanks for the cross.
And I thought I told you to warm up. I said they're throwing bananas, pears, and apples at me, boss.
Oh, I say! Viv Anderson with a beauty. 3-0 now.
My wife, has gone through hell the last 2 years.
Needham's up there again. Oh, and he got there too, and Birdwell's got there. Gary Birdwell's thanks David Needham for the pass.
We would be kicked out of football within 2 seconds. I'm telling you that now.
He just opened the doors for everybody. It must have been a massive inspiration.
Raheem and Marcus, everybody, as soon as they say something, they're changing government's thinking. That's how powerful their social media and their presence is.
They encouraged me to have a DNA test.
We'll help you any way we can.
Nottingham Forest had bought this, this lad from the amateur league that we didn't really know much about. He was playing in the reserves.
And I was not going to let anybody else try and snatch that away from me and drag me out the team.
Trevor arrived at the club. I saw the hoorah around his arrival.
Whether it was a press thing, I'm not sure, or whether it was just other people in football.
There was a bit of an atmosphere on the coach.
But my viewpoint is totally different to Tony's and to Gary's and to Viv.
Competition's the name of the game. You either live with it or you die with it.
Robertson, the first time we've seen them attack.
All I do is smile.
People say, well, Leicester winning the Premier League was better. No, it wasn't.
You can't take the memories away from you.
Yeah. Really helped.
So guys,
look, Gary.
it's a
Love
real
Gary
tearjerker,
Birdwell.
isn't it?
You know that Viv
Go on.
Anderson goal? I was in Trenton that day, and I tell you, I can remember it so. It was against AEK Athens. We won 5-1 at home, and I can remember it so clearly. And when we meet the guys on Thursday, that was going to be one of the things I was going to say to Viv. I said, Viv, you were a fantastic defender. I can remember that leg coming out so many times and the late tackles and getting in there. But the one thing I remember before is that goal. And the older I get, the further out you are. You're now about the halfway line when you hit it. By the way, guys, 93 likes. Not very good, is it? Come on, let's get it to, let's say, 120. Come on, we can do it.
Yeah, definitely get those likes in. But yeah, guys, so basically what the competition is, we've been given exclusive access to the players involved in the documentary, and some red carpet access as well on Thursday. So the premiere is on Thursday evening at the Arc Cinema in Beeston, and the competition we've got on at the moment, which will be closed in the next 4 or 5 minutes. So if you guys haven't already got your names in, so you need to be a member and you need to be available this Thursday evening to attend, and it's basically a pair of tickets to the premiere. You get the opportunity, obviously, to hopefully meet the players involved. There's talk of current squad and current backroom team being there as well, so it'll be as much of a surprise to us as it will be to you guys. But yeah, guys, get your names in if you're not already, and it'll be obviously an opportunity to meet us for as well. But yeah, there's go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to add, Wolverine said you have to be over 18 to enter. I think that's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I don't think, but if you've got like a 15, 14-year-old son that wants to come along, there's no problem with that. It's not, X-rated or anything, you know what I mean? Yeah. So don't think that, I'd like to go, but I've got a 14-year-old son. That's okay. It's just that for entry itself, you have to be over 18.
Yes.
Right. So let's move on to the game. We've covered the tactics, haven't we? We've not really covered the game itself and your feelings towards it. I mean, a lot of people are nervous. I would say I'm not nervous. I'm in a strange way excited. It's not down. I think I'll be nervous against Palace if we don't get a result, but I'm quite excited for tomorrow. I think the fans are. How do you feel about tomorrow? Are you nervous, or do you think we'll get a result?
I've got some optimism and some confidence going into this game, because I just think the atmosphere is going to make a massive difference tomorrow. I genuinely believe that. And like Ant alluded to earlier, I think we're getting Arsenal at the best time we could possibly get them. It's a blessing in disguise for me that they're out of the championship title race, because I would expect a lot stronger team coming tomorrow. But they are missing key players as well, and like we mentioned earlier, that is part of the reason why they haven't been able to quite make that final hurdle in challenging Man City right up until the end. But I'm confident about tomorrow. Genuinely am. I think the form of the players coming into this is as good as it has been all season. Taiwo is absolutely on fire. Danilo's irresistible, to be honest. And then you've got the back line, who are getting more and more confident because we're playing with each other more regularly. Lodi's been I think he goes under the radar far too much. And I think when he plays well, it makes a massive difference to how we set up, because certainly last season we were so dominant down the right-hand side. Probably 80% of our goals came from that side. We have been a lot more mixed, and certainly in the last few games, we've got 12 goals we've scored in our last 5 games, and they've come from all over the pitch. But that confidence is what I'm taking into this game tomorrow, because I think they're a little bit maybe a wounded animal, but maybe down on their luck as well. But we're definitely on the up at the moment. And I think that mini league of teams that Cooper mentioned in his press conference, we're leading that, and we just want to stay ahead of the rest of the pack. And as long as we do, I think we can do it tomorrow. And I'd really love it to be dealt with tomorrow and have not have a headache going into that final game. But obviously other results will make a difference as well in terms of how we do. Go on.
For you, Anne, just guys and girls in the comments, just put, I've seen a few sort of nervous, I think, but positive. Just put win, lose or draw in the WL or D in the chat for us, and we'll just pull some of those up if Crypto can start pulling some of those up. And so we've got better recently, obviously. I think, are you more worried about the teams around us getting results than what we do tomorrow, or do you think that, are you confident that we can turn it on tomorrow and hopefully have the best game that we've had this season, hopefully?
Obviously, what the teams around us do is important, but they're not, honestly. I mean, I know it's a cliche, but they're not what I'm looking at, because we can't rely on them. Yeah. You get crazy results. Everton 5, Brighton 1, for example. So you can never say, oh, they're playing them, so they're going to win, or they're playing them, so they're going to lose. It's anything can happen this time of the season. Yeah. The point I was going to make is that the AFTV guys, they were very nervous about Taiwo, and they've got every reason to be, because I would say their biggest weakness is defending. And especially lately, they've been quite dreadful defending. They can't even defend corners. I mean, and Taiwo, that's his. That's where he's going to be strongest at.
And long throws as well. We struggle with
and our long throws, of course. That's a great point. Yeah, we've got better than corners. Literally, I think better than corners.
Yeah, they are better than corners.
Yeah, and Taiwo could be the key because I think he's going to have a field day tomorrow.
Yeah,
I really
And
do.
did you see the table that they put out this week on the strikers, the top strikers in the division, and the percentage of accuracy in terms of? Did you see that? Taiwo is like up in 6th place.
He's up there.
I know he's not played as many games, but
I did see that. Yeah. So and again with Danilo in midfield, it was a powerhouse. We've got nothing to fear, whether it be Partey or Jorginho, either of those two. I personally, right now, I would put Danilo above both of those. On form, I would put him above both of those. So I don't care who they put in there. Danilo's going to eat them for breakfast. And then you've got Yatesy, if he's fit. He's going to be kicking hell out of everybody. And they don't like it. They don't like it.
Chock-a-block. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Much love, my friend. Good friend of ours.
Yeah, glad
you mate.
You got home safely, mate. And
got the ball
great to meet you.
Is it winter there?
Thanks for spending time with us.
Shock of the legend. Guys, sorry to interrupt. Just very quickly, we are closing the members thing in 1 minute. You got 60 seconds to get your name in. And we will then be doing the draw. So get your names in. Big Mart, I've seen your message in there. You're fine. You're in. All the rest of you have already put your names in. You're on the wheel of doom. So get ready. We will be doing that very shortly. Sorry, who did I interrupt?
Yeah, no, just to finish off. So the chat, most of them are pointing a win, actually, a win or a draw. There's not many. There's a few losses in there, but I think most of feeling positive for tomorrow. Wolverine, what about yourself? I want to hear from you. What be tomorrow? I know you're nervous, but does nervous
I'm
mean
nervous, but I've been playing the scenarios in my head, driving me crazy. I went yesterday. I was really strongly feeling a draw coming on, and after we were with the AFTV boys, I just that I looked into the whites of their eyes, and I saw death. Yeah, and all right, maybe a bit too extreme. But I saw some people that have nothing left to play for, and they're going through the motions for me. Kuja, I agree. I hate this kit, but I've got to wear it at least once now that I've bought it. It's on discount, by the way.
The Brazilian boys, I have to say.
Yeah, I've got the yellow kit on the Brazil, and I've got one nip up in for Danilo, right? It's like it's got to be done. I think he's going to be the player for me. I know Ant was talking about Taiwo, but Danilo, remember, guys, he was going to Arsenal last season. If you saw what Robbie was saying, they had almost got an agreement between 30 and 35 mil. And then Palmeiras said, actually, we don't even want to sell him now. And then we picked him up for 18. To answer Visual's question, we are literally 32 away from 11K. So get those secondary accounts on. It'd be fantastic. And just some quick shout outs. Woody's become a super red. Thank you so much, buddy. Icy as well, becoming a super red. Gareth becoming a super red as well. Thank you so much.
We've had a gifted subs then, haven't we? I think.
Yeah, gifted subs. Who's been the generous gifter?
Yeah, delete the elite. Fantastic.
Delete the elite, as always, the legend. Thank you so much. That's like 6 million gifted subs. Donatello becomes a super red as well. Gareth as well.
Oh, that's so generous.
Thank you so much, Delete the Elite. You're way too generous. So in conclusion, firstly, a couple of points that I need to clarify. In the preview video, I did not cuss the players that I wanted to cuss down. I hope that's gone on record with you guys in the chat.
He's learning.
So if anything happens tomorrow, there's none of this BS jinxerine anymore, right? I nearly said Ben White, but I didn't go that far, right? So even if he does some miracle thing, it's not my fault, yeah? But I am telling you, I'm giving you my guarantee. We are winning tomorrow. It's my boy's birthday on Monday. He's been doing my head in all season. Yeah.
Well, I was
His
confident.
birthday will be ruined by this. And I will take great pleasure in seeing my own flesh and blood crying when I ridicule him, because I had to suffer that 5-0 earlier on in the season in the Arsenal end, man, with him laughing. It took 4 minutes for them to get that first goal. I would love nothing more than him to remember this birthday as one of his most painful. I'm a horrible dad, but this is football. This is football, man.
Would he be upset with a draw, though? Would he be upset with a draw?
I want the win. I want the win, man. I'm sick and tired of not being on the beach, man. I've had to delay. It's like freaking going on holiday in COVID, isn't it? We just goddamn well have to delay our tickets every week at the moment. So I want those tickets cashed out and checked out. And I am saying 2-1. And I'm saying Danilo is going to score. And the second goal is going to come from Lodi. There you go. 2-1.
You know this Tony ban. You are literally banned from mentioning any other player, dissing any other player for all of next season.
I ain't said nothing. I ain't said nothing about Ben White. No, I haven't said nothing about Gabriel. I didn't. No, you said that, not me.
No, you said that earlier.
I did not.
Come on, boys.
There you go.
I did not. I said Ben White. That's what I did. I've got a bit of a lisp. I've got a bit of lisp. That's all.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But yeah, 2-1 for me. Look, let's be positive. Yeah, I don't care about the low blocks. I don't care about Cooper's negative tactics, his poor substitutions and everything like that. At the end of the day, credit where credit's due. He's pulled up. What have we had? 7 points in the last 4 or 5 games? Yeah. How much would Leicester pay you for that right now? How much would Leeds pay you for that right now? Yeah. We'll take the points. We'll back the boys. You lot going down to the ground tomorrow are going to blow the roof off. The guys in the chat tomorrow in the watch along, they're going to blow the roof off from their own houses, right? And yeah, Dino, you're still not forgiven for that one.
If he's on the bench, if he comes off and scores. Oh my God. It's a Palace job, mate. It's a Palace job, that one.
I would fucking love that, though. If he came on in the last minute.
I'd be dining off that all summer.
No, I love it. He does it.
Against Palace.
Yeah, and it's a pointless goal that makes no difference to anything.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Meaningless
96 minutes against Palace to get us the points we need.
Yeah. So guys, brilliant. If we have made you feel a little more confident, hit that like button, man. 126. I know I said 120. We want 150, man. I want to know that you guys in the chat are feeling more confident now than you were at the start of the stream with us grumpy old Reds.
Wouldn't it make you laugh, though, if Shelby did that in the 96th minute against Palace to secure the points and he lifted his top up and he's got Dino written on the...
For you.
It's for you.
Just Dino with 4 under you.
Latin. It's for you, you weirdo, in Latin.
Just a big egg. Just a big egg.
Yeah, just an egg.
Oh, he starts slapping his head and it was something like that.
A gif on his shirt.
All right, let's get to the main event. Let's get the Wheel of Doom up. This is gonna be fun.
It's the most exciting bit of a show, by the way, guys.
Oh, the only exciting bit of the show. Let's be honest here.
Don't take my shirt off. Come on.
All right, let's get this up and let's get this running. If I can figure out how to do it, yes, I can. All right. As always, everything on FFTV is above board. There are your entrants into it. If your name is not there, tough luck. I did it. So Ant did it. So blame Ant. All right, we are going to draw 3 names. The first name that comes out is the winner. You have until tomorrow morning to let me know and confirm. I need your name, who you're bringing with you, and your address. If you don't confirm by then, the tickets will go to the second person we draw. And then after that, if you don't confirm, same rules, we'll pass it on to the third person. So good luck to everyone who is entered.
Yeah.
I'm feeling nervous. All right. On the count of 3. No, just on the count. Good luck to all of you. And the winner is... It's freaking great.
It's a fix.
Oh, I had a feeling, Seriously, I had a feeling.
Well done, mate.
Well done to Crypto. Well done to Crypto.
Do we need to spin again? Crypto, you're coming, aren't you?
All right, let's do the other spins. Here we go. They're all saying Rick in the chat. Who just missed out? Mark just missed out. Chris missed out. Let's get the other two names in the hat. Here we go.
He's already confirmed he's there. We're wasting our time now.
I was going to say, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath if waiting for Crypto not to go.
All right, and then congratulations to David. David, or is it Martin? No, it's David.
That was so close. That was
David, I will
technology.
send
That
you
was.
a WhatsApp message with Crypto's address. You can go shoot him tonight. And then finally, as backup, we have. No, don't. No. Yes. Big Mark, last in the door, but third out. All right, so congratulations to Crypto who got the tickets. Maybe if you ask nicely, David, you can be his +1. We'll have to see. But it's above board. I did what I did. Yes. David, if you're there in the chat, reach out to Crypto. You can be his +1.
Nice.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
So you can fix things and still make things good. It's nice.
Exactly. All right, so congratulations on that. And then to wrap up, let's get these score predictions in. Guys in the chat, let's see some positive score predictions in the chat. How much for the +1? Ez, I want to start you, bud.
Oh, positive. Okay. I'm conservative, mate. 1-1. A draw
1-1.
and it'll be enough. Yeah, I'm conservative.
Anthony?
Yeah, 1-1 for me too.
You can't just copy what Ez said.
You can look at the Predictor League if you like. You'll see 1-1.
Mate, what you put on the Predictor League and what you say are always two different things. Crypto, if you could bring the scores up to the chat, that'd be fantastic, bud. And Dino, what are you saying, bud?
I'm hoping for 5-0 for Forest, but
2-1 Forest. Fuck it.
Yes. Go, man.
You can't. So he's copied him and you've copied me.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
how
didn't know
Not
what
only
you
did
were
you
gonna
nick
say.
my
I'm not
shirt
mind
and my
reader.
top and copy that, now you're copying my scoreline.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Is anyone thinking of an outsider goal from someone weird who hasn't scored before?
Shelby.
Navas.
Oh well, I think we'd all agree.
Bring the scores up, Crypto. Bring the scores up.
I think we all agree we'd love to see Felipe score a goal before the end of the season. And
Yeah.
preferably
I want
at
to see
home
that
as well.
Flippe again.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just got a sneaky feeling on Luddy. I got a sneaky feeling on Luddy, boys.
I'll take it.
I just, you know what? I know you guys are talking about him. By the way, I was in the toilet for all of 30 seconds. I was just sorting out the wheel, right? Before I saw Martin in the chat with his comments and a few others. Yeah, I've just got a feeling that I know you were talking about him.
He was sitting on the toilet. He saw it.
I saw it. Yeah, I had the camera on. But Lodi is getting better and better. And if anyone deserves a goal on that pitch, for me, it's him, man. I really like him. And I hope we sign him the moment we're safe on the beach. I want that 25 mil paid straight away.
Yeah, definitely want him signed. Yeah.
I'd like to see Jono score, to be honest. He's gone a bit dry recently, hasn't he? So I think it'd be nice to see Jono score if he plays.
Dino,
Stoney,
how's
what are
that
you
going to
doing
work?
here, mate? You should be revising.
Huh?
Stoney's in the chat. He should be revising. We had this out with you last week. You only get one chance in life, young man. Listen, I walked away from school with two no, they were O levels at the time. So one was in metalworking and one was in biology. So if you want your cat welding, I'm your man.
And now he lives in a mansion with a beautiful missus.
So the
and
advice is screw your exams, work your way up like Dino and become a multimillionaire.
Exactly, yeah. And then you won't wait until the training top goes on discount and you'll pay full price.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up there. I've really enjoyed the stream. Congratulations to Crypto, David. Get messaging as well. Just message us on WhatsApp. We'll see what we can sort out. Sure. And thank you all so much for watching. We've got the watch along coming for you tomorrow, but we are doing the Everton watch along first. So for those of you not going in the match, come keep us company. and make sure you tune into the watch
And
alongs.
just to say, meet us down at the fan zone, guys. So
Fan zone for those of you going. No
last one of the
excuses.
season.
Yeah.
No excuses. We want to see you there. We love the regulars. We'll get those on, but we want to see some new faces on the vlog, especially as we're going to beat Arsenal. Yeah, so make sure you get yourselves to the fans. What time are you going to be there, Ez?
About 4:15.
Okay, so Ez will be there about 5. The other two will probably be on time. Yeah, and I think Si's there.
If we're lucky, yeah.
Si's there as well. Yeah, he's dropping some stuff around mine.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow from the watch along or at the ground. Get some rest. It's going to be a long day. Come on, you Reds.
When you Reds.
Come on.
You Reds.
Love you guys.
You Reds.